Hey guys, sorry for the lack of tutorials lately. I was very busy over the weekend since it was St. Patrick's Day weekend, or the holiday in general. But now I'm going to be getting back into the swing of things of creating tutorials. I know I did a few more live streams and such, but that was pretty much just 3D modeling. I've been trying to figure out a couple of other features that I'm going to be including in my game. So yeah, we're going to be including the Launchpad I was talking about previously. So it's pretty much when you step on a certain area, it'll send you up to the next level. So we want to send our player up to the next level of this interior environment to get up there. So it's going to take a little bit of tweaking in the future, but for now it's just a basic way to set up the Launchpad. So I created these two little things that are used for Launchpads. I'm still going to be changing them up a bit, but this is just for testing right now. So you're going to want to go to Game Object and create cube, and you're going to want to create a cube, preferably not to the very top of the ceiling, or else your player will go through the ceiling. So a little bit lower, probably it would be better to adjust it right around where your platform's at, and that's pretty much all you need for that. And you also want to go in here, add a tag and call it jump pad. And then what you want to do is make it a trigger, and you can go to the mesh and you can change it to none. So it's just this trigger box. And that's all you need to set up for the Launchpad part. So we'll go in here and go into the code. So for this function, I just put it in my player stats. You want it to be on your player. And I created a on trigger stay. So while the character or the player is within this area, it'll be calling this code depending on what tag object it is. So we're creating a simple collider. So if that collider GameObject.tag, the tag we gave it, is equal to jump pad, we will be sending this object, which is the player, .transform.position.y plus equals 1. So it'll be sending the player up on the y axis, so upwards. And you can adjust this number to whatever you want. 1 works pretty well for me. We don't want it to go too fast. So yeah, that's all you need to set up for that. Just make sure it is on your player for your player prefab. And also, one other thing you want to include in here is you want to make it a rigid body, because in order to collide with triggers, the object that's colliding needs to be a rigid body. So pretty much in the settings, you're going to want to change is kinematic to, you want to check that, or else when you jump with the character controller, it'll send your player up into the air really high up, and we don't want that. And you also want to go down to constraints and constrain all these so our character isn't falling around or doing any kind of weird physics. We just want it to be able to detect the trigger box in general. So after all those elements are combined, we have ourselves a simple Launchpad for getting up to the next level. So we can head inside real quick, and I believe this is the corner where the Launchpad is at. So you just want to go, and it will keep sending us up to the next level while we're in there. So it needs a little bit of tweaking still. It's not going to be perfect, but we can still manage to jump and get up to the next level. So I guess you can mess around and tweak it a little bit until you get exactly what you want for your Launchpad. You could also put it at a slight angle possibly to send it up towards this area or something along those lines. Yep. So go ahead and play around with this, and hopefully you guys can create a nice little Launchpad. I'm still going to be doing a little bit of testing with this just to see if I can use this for sending the player across the map, possibly. I might also be able to use some kind of pathing system, but the reason why I had it set up this way is because if the player wanted to launch themselves in possibly a different direction, I think if I'm sprinting and I jump, I can launch myself up across to a different area. So I don't like my player being constrained to just jumping up onto that side. So yeah, that's pretty much how I have it set up. You guys can set it up however you want. So hopefully this tutorial helped you guys out. I'll try creating a lot more tutorials in the future or pretty soon here, since I'm behind a couple of days. So I might be releasing a 3D GUI tutorial later if I can get that figured out.